Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So I have some breaking news on the channel this morning, a big win for the community. This is very interesting timing, of course, because it has to do with one of my favorite companies, SMCI. So it looks like, and this isn't super breaking news because we've been talking about it, but it looks like we are going to get an options chain on SMCL, which has always traded way cheaper than the Defiance SMCX. And had that existed like a month ago, I would have never gotten back into SMCX, honestly. But SMCL, because SMCI has been beat up so much, it's like dirt cheap. So anyone that's investing in this type of strategy, with SMCI related ETFs, if you weather, this most recent downturn, which, if we keep our heads above water, we should be okay. But then we can start trading options on SMCL once we get the chain. So this is a big win for the community. I've had several people ask me about SMCL, and I've definitely asked in different live streams and whatnot, about the likelihood of getting these. And hopefully very soon, we'll actually start to see it. It's not visible on any of the platforms yet, but it looks like it's going to become a reality. It's not, I guess, super breaking news because this was expected, so pretty much all that has to happen. I've learned a lot about like how the back like workings of this stuff, but pretty much all that has to happen, it has to get approved, and then it pretty much goes forward. So, but it's a big breaking news. It's pretty much going to happen. So I put a little message on the board behind me here. I don't know if you all can see it. My big head's in the way here, but we're going to start doing this. So the message I have for today, a little inspiration: stable dividends and margin equals win. Now, let me explain that, okay? Because yesterday I went on a rant, kind of an emotional rant. I was like, don't do margin if you don't know what you're doing. But you can, as I've had actually several people that don't even comment on the channel have pushed back on me. You can do it on stable dividend funds, like say QQQI and some of the others, stable dividend funds. You can do it conceivably with 100, 200,000 and make a decent paycheck on it. I actually have people in the audience doing that. So I'm not totally bashing margin. I'm just saying most people, it's easy to take big risks with it. Most people, I would say, don't know what they're doing. It would be nice if there would be some formal training or something on it. I get it. When you have a certain level of experience, the broker is just going to give it to you. They're going to say, here, you want rope? If you hang yourself, it's on you. But basically, margin on stable dividends, that's the key. You've got to risk manage your own strategy. We all have to take personal responsibility. At the end of the day, the buck stops with us as investors. Like any mistake I make is nobody else's fault but mine. Any mistake anybody else makes is no one else's fault but theirs. I mean, you could sit here and you could try to blame, like sometimes I hear a lot of snippets from other channels and stuff, but like I'll hear some, they'll say, oh, well, the fund manager could have done a better job educating. Oh, they should have explained this product better. At the end of the day, you bought into it. So, I mean, the buck stops with you. And, like me, like I say, any mistakes I make, the buck stops with me. No one else to blame but myself. But anyway, it's very, the timing is like impeccable with having another option, no pun intended, for SMCI, quickly becoming my favorite company. Me and SMCI have become acquainted quite well here. I've had some experiences with this company. It's weird, investing in companies is almost like dating in a way, I guess. But this company has taught me some lessons for sure. So right now you'll see there are no options yet. So we'll see, maybe tomorrow or so, we'll possibly see a change show up. But as of right now, it's it's something the community asked for, and it's certainly a win. But what I want you to focus on is that, right now, 971, obviously it's been just like all SMCX or SMCI related funds. It's been beat up quite a bit. But you'll notice even when everything was up, it was way lower than SMCX. So that means you can do more contracts on it. Not that I want to dive back into super risky behavior. I've been shall we say, humbled a little bit, but you can see here, most recently it was at 21, it was at like 15, 18, high teens, and then, now it's like at a pretty low point. What shocks me is the fact, like I say, that they missed earnings twice in a row. That's what really shocks me, because if we look at SMCX today, we're down even more. It's amazing to me. And then we look at SMCI, and I get it. Like, I've had commenters say there are some shady things that go on with this company. But yeah, it's down another 2% today. I wish that the government would get reopened. I wish that, things would get better for a lot of people. It sucks for a lot of people out there literally working, not getting paid and stuff. That's a bummer. It's good to have the job to fall back on, It's good to have multiple streams of income. I look at it as diversification. So if you all are liking this one, not too many of you are on, but please smash that like button. Helps the algorithm greatly. So again, like I say, margin, every margin fund has different maintenance requirements, but if you're doing stable dividend funds that aren't dropping and dropping and dropping over time, like Tesla, that's another thing I was really frustrated about yesterday, is because I finally parted ways with Tesla, and it just, when you're invested in a fund for a while, again, it's almost like dating, there's emotion involved. And you see this one started at $40 a share and just consistently went down and down and down. And, some people, I'm sure they reinvested the dividends at the right time, and, they're doing okay. But this one, basically, the takeaway on this, again, since March, Tesla has hit all-time highs. And since March, Tesla has been flat, essentially. Let's look at Tesla again today. So I just wanted to put that out as Tesla's down today, actually. I just wanted to put that out to kind of, recalibrate our thoughts and stuff going into the day. Again, like I said, stable dividend and margin. Let me stop the screen here. Stable dividend and margin equals win. Think of that as like the basics, getting back to the basics. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me. I just wanted to break this news today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and join Discord. Smash that like button, and we'll see you all very soon. Actually, supposed to interview Neos today, and thank you for the comment here. He says enjoys the videos. Thank you for that. I'm supposed to do. We're either going to go live or pre-record it with Marcos, and then Neos is going to come on for like half hour or so today. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all again. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Happy investing. Bye.